Primary residential exemptions. This video will explain what the primary residential exemption is, who qualifies for it, and how you can see if you're already receiving it. The primary residential exemption provides a tax break to those who use their home as a full-time primary residence. In 1982, Utah voters approved an amendment for a residential exemption of up to 45%. That same year, the legislators set the rate at 25%. In 1991, the legislators increased the exemption to 29.75%. In 1994, the exemption level increased again, this time to 32%. Finally, in 1995, the rate increased to 45%, where it remains today. You might be wondering what this means for you. Let's say you own a home that is worth $400,000. With the primary residential exemption, you pay taxes on 55% of the value of the home. In this case, you would pay taxes on a value of only $220,000. Without the primary residential exemption, you would have to pay taxes on the full $400,000 value of your home. If you want to know how to qualify, keep watching. Because the reduction is so substantial, there are a few things you need to qualify. 1, the home must be occupied as a full-time residence for at least 183 consecutive days, which is 6 months. Number 2, only up to 1 acre may receive the exemption. Anything over an acre will be taxed at 100% of market value. And 3, each household may only receive 1 exemption. That means if you split your time between 2 houses, one house will get the exemption and the other will be taxed on the full value of the home. There are a few exceptions to the rule that says you can only have 1 exemption per household. The first exception is if you are legally separated. If you've gone to the courts and you filed the paperwork and you're legally separated and you're each living in a separate house, both of you may qualify to receive the primary residential exemption. The other exception is if a home is being rented as someone's full-time residence. It also qualifies for the primary exemption. Nightly and weekly rentals, like through Vrbo and Airbnb, do not qualify for the exemption as they are not someone's full-time residence. In Davis County, like many other counties in the state that are not destination counties, we assume that the home is being used as someone's primary residence and automatically gets that exemption. Counties like Summit County with Park City and Washington County with St. George are destination cities, and their ordinance says that you have to qualify to get the primary residential exemption. You can tell if you're receiving the primary exemption by looking at the notice of valuation that you receive in July. If you look at property type, you can see that it says primary land and building. Also, you can see a reduction from the market value to the taxable value. Here's an example of a property not receiving the primary exemption. The property type is listed as non-primary building and land. Also, the market value and taxable values are the same. Here's an example of a home that is on more than 1 acre. The top line shows the home and first acre that are listed as primary, and the taxable value is less than the market value. The bottom line is the 0.11 acres that was over an acre. It's listed as non-primary land, and the taxable and market values are the same. If you are not receiving the exemption and you qualify for it, here's how you apply. The Assessor's Office website has an application that you can fill out and return with supporting evidence. I will quickly walk you through the parts of the application. The top section is asking for basic information about the homeowner and the property. The middle section is asking questions like, do you live in the home full-time? Does a full-time tenant occupy the property? Do you pay income taxes in Utah? Are you registered to vote at this address? And is the address on your driver's license the same as the property address? You are required to provide evidence that you or a tenant occupy the home as their primary residence. Examples of evidence include your driver's license with the property address, a utility bill that shows usage year-round, vehicle or voting registration, or a lease agreement for rental properties. The bottom section is a certification that the home is being used as a full-time primary residence. Please be aware that by signing this document, you may be subject to pay Utah income taxes. If you are unsure about signing this, we recommend you reach out to your accountant or tax attorney. Hi, I'm Lisa Manning, the Chief Deputy Assessor for Davis County. If you have any further questions, please reach out to our office at 801-451-3250. Thank you.